What is up, guys? So recently, Conor McGregor attended a Ballader event in Dublin, Ireland. He was interviewed and he gave a pretty interesting quote, guys. And I'm gonna read this out to you. He says, "If your man's wise, he might give it another month or two. July seems okay for me. I can't say too early, but July. If I'm sparring in April, May, June, July, I could slap the head off of most of these guys at the end of April." And honestly, this was in response to him being asked about fighting Charles Oliveira. And my ears kind of perked up when I saw this, saw that Conor said this. Because, guys, Chael Sonnen, which is another, you guys know Chael Sonnen, guys, love his YouTube channel. He covered this topic already, and he kind of posed a really interesting question to his audience. And I kind of want to, touch on that a little bit. So his question was, as a champ, right? Shouldn't the champ get to choose who they want to fight? I mean, shouldn't Charles Oliveira be able to choose whether or not he wants to fight Conor McGregor or Justin Gaethje? Sure, morally right, Justin Gaethje worked hard to get the number one contender, but at the end of the day, Charles Oliveira as champ is not your right to choose who you want to fight. And Chael Sonnen pretty much posed that question, and guys, I kind of agree with Chael Sonnen here in this regard. If Charles Oliveira wants to go and he wants to fight Conor McGregor in July, I mean, who are we kind of to stop him from fighting Conor McGregor? Right, it's kind of wrong if Conor is going to skip the line, who hasn't really been active a year and a half above Justin Gaethje. But, guys, let's not act as if, Conor McGregor, the painting night, it's a much bigger fight for Charles Oliveira. They're going to get a lot more coverage for that. And it's obviously, man, imagine the pay-per-view buys if it's in Brazil, if it's in Brazil. So it puts Charles Oliveira in a pretty interesting position, I don't even know. And you guys tell me, guys. Maybe I just kind of missed the bus on this a little bit, but do we even have a set date yet for Gaethje versus Oliveira? Is it possible Oliveira postpones that and fights Conor McGregor for the red painting night in Brazil? McGregor versus Brazil 3? It's pretty interesting. I think, this can be a whole separate section, a whole separate video. But, I think a lot of people discount and, kind of count out Conor McGregor and a potential fight with Charles Oliveira. And I think you would be doing a disservice to really do that, to count him out that easily. But this entire situation is a little confusing, guys. I'm of the opinion that Charles Oliveira should be able to choose who he wants to fight as champion. And if Charles Oliveira wants to fight Conor McGregor, I say, go for it. He should be able to fight Conor McGregor, or he should be able to fight Justin Gaethje. Let him choose who his next opponent should be. Sure, guys. Again, this is a super controversial opinion, and obviously I would love to see Conor McGregor back in the octagon. This would mean that the guy who deserves it is not going to get his righted fight. Justin Gaethje deserves this fight. But at the same time, I get the argument, and I'm of the position that Charles Oliveira, if he wants to take the Conor McGregor fight over the Gaethje fight, let him do it. He is a champion. He should have that right to choose who he kind of wants to fight. This is a fine line. He shouldn't be able to duck certain opponents, but you guys know what I'm trying to say here, right? He's had some discretion. But yeah, and possibly, guys, why don't we have Justin Gaethje maybe fight Islam, perhaps in the meantime, if Oliveira decides to pick up with Conor. Maybe have him fight Islam in the meantime, and the winner of that could verse the winner of McGregor versus Oliveira. But again, guys, I know this is super controversial. I know majority of you guys are probably going to want to see the Gaethje versus Oliveira fight, which I 100% understand. I'm just coming with a different perspective, kind of like my, again, controversial, guys, right? Justin Gaethje deserves the next title shot. I 100% agree with that. At the same time, I kind of get, and I kind of agree that Charles Oliveira should have discretion with who he wants to fight, whether that be the red painting night with Conor McGregor or with Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje doesn't get this title fight, right? I get it, pitchforks and everything. It's unfair. But at the same time, if Oliveira wants that painting night, guys, let's do it. Let's get that going. And I know, it's a really interesting time. We'll see. Will McGregor skip the line? I don't know, guys, but Oliveira seems like he was with it, guys, because after he defeated Poirier, him and McGregor went back and forth on Twitter, and you know, Oliveira was pretty much like, hey, as soon as your leg is healed up, or, you know, no, he was like, yeah, drop your location, guys. Like, I'm here, McGregor, pull up. I'm always with the smoke anytime. So pretty hilarious stuff, guys. But yeah, that concludes my video. A little bit of my opinion on this, like, Oliveira call out, McGregor looking for a July return, and the landscape of the 155 division, guys. So hope you liked this video. Subscribe, and again, guys, thanks for watching.